Yo, what's happening, people? It's your boy Griggs, and welcome back to another show on GrigsTalks. This is gonna be a little bit of a different show. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't done one of these before. Every single time I do a video, it's always been about something football related or basketball related, something to discuss about in terms of that. But today, we're gonna do a video I've never done, which is a Q&A. And the reason why I'm gonna do this Q&A because today we hit our first ever major milestone on GrigsTalks, which is the 1K mark. It's the first ever goal I set when I started the channel a couple years ago when I was still in college. Started a little bit part-time, but obviously the past, let's say 6-7 months, I've been kind of trying to go a little bit more hardcore at it. And obviously we had the last crazy couple of days, which fast-tracked this milestone. But yeah, hit the 1K mark. The work doesn't stop here. This only pushes me to be more consistent and push for bigger goals. Obviously, Staffy just hit his 5K yesterday or a couple of days ago, so big up to him as well. And we hit the 1K stream on his stream as well, which kind of makes me happy to hit the 1K on his stream because he's been one of my biggest supporters. So nice little storyline narrative over there. So yeah, so this video is basically going to be a Q&A. Obviously, I might do a couple football bingos because I'm pissed off I lost the last couple on Staffy's. If you were there, make sure. So we have that. But yeah, so make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. We'll see how quick we hit the next mark, which will probably be the next 1,000. And after that, we go into the 5s and the 10s, that kind of stuff. But yeah, Anfield Juice says congrats on the 1K. Thank you, my boy. Warrior, thank you. Godfrey, thank you. Uthman, thank you. Andre, thank you. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, just let me know. I'll try to answer them. I'll try to answer any question as long as it's nothing too personal. And yeah, meanwhile, while you guys get your questions in, probably just talk about maybe the most recent football news. We haven't had that many today, but obviously I'll talk about Ahmad's contract extension, which happened today, apparently. According to Romano, reduce the cap, big up, bro. That's good shit. It stops slacking. Well, you know what? I think this is what 3 days in a row. That might be a new record. I'm not gonna lie. It's amateur when it comes to most people, but I am a little bit more confident in what I do now. I'm a little more confident in my streams. I'm a lot more confident in my streaming ability. And it also seems like I have much more support now, which only motivates me because I think as a YouTuber, you're only as consistent as much as like your support, because the more support you get, the more motivated you get, the more exciting you get when you talk. And I think this past couple weeks, I've been talking to all the guys that I talk to. I do streams with constantly. I talk about my confidence levels, the numbers that I'm seeing, the increase in the numbers, my ability just to convey a conversation now, and my ability to just whatever I talk about, it seems like the message is getting across to people more and more and more, which only makes it better. So yeah. Anfield Drew with the first question. Do you think the Hornets will actually be decent this year? New front office has me confident for once. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think so. I think the Hornets are probably still a couple years away. Obviously, LaMelo Ball still there. I forgot who you guys drafted and stuff like that. But yeah, I think the East is a little bit too good for the Hornets right now. But maybe in a year or so. Maybe. You never know. Akil said, do you see United getting rid of Mason Mount this window? I don't think so. I think Romano kind of shut down the talks yesterday. I think United are a little bit too short in the midfield depth. So yeah, it's something I don't think United will look for this season. But if he has another bad season, I do expect him to go next season. I think the United board won't be patient enough with him to give him another season. I think the 2 years will be enough for them to cut ties if it's not good enough. I have a weird feeling that Ahmad extension is a sneak way to up his price when they sell him next season. Feels like, I think United. I think when you look at the board, like a Jason Wilcox's, the Ashworths, they look at a type of talent like that. That's someone that those guys, if he was playing at another club, they would look to bring to United themselves. So I think the contract extension is just a way to validate how good he's been the past 6 months, let's say, for example. And yeah, man, I think he'll do that. 1K already, bro. Killing it. Big up, Rich Hobie. Thank you, bro. Obviously, we was like at 600 like 2 days ago. That's a crazy thing. 400 subs in like 48 hours is an insane accomplishment. And obviously, I had a lot of help with it, which I obviously will always appreciate. So, yeah, man. TK says, congrats on 1K, bro. Let's get the channel monetized. Like and subscribe. We actually will officially be monetized as soon as YouTube updates the numbers. We're gonna hit the watch hours for the ads as well. So I think by next Wednesday, Thursday, it should officially be monetized, which is obviously awesome. And yeah, man, just like I said, only the beginning. The Saeed and Rance cosign definitely hits. Congrats. Yeah, obviously, big up Saeed and Rance, obviously, for for the love that they showed me on Friday for popping up on my screen. And shout out to their communities as well for showing me the love. I appreciate it. Obviously, in terms of Saeed, I've done a lot of videos with him. I've known Saeed for almost over a year and a half now. I will start on his channel, I think, mid-2023. So, yeah, I'll always show love to Saeed. And next time he comes to New York, food on me or drinks on me, whichever. So yeah, I really appreciate Saeed, and also Rance, because obviously I think me and Rance have been on a couple of streams on terms of Saeed, but we never really had a conversation and stuff like that. So for him to want to be on my channel, I appreciate him, because like I said, that Friday, he was one of the first content creators I watched in terms of the football YouTube scene. I never really watched football YouTube. I knew about like the United Stand and stuff like that, Sheffield Paddock, but I never really watched anyone. I started watching Rance, I think, was it 1920 season? And he's probably one of the few people I'd say that inspired me to eventually get into content and stuff like that. So I definitely appreciate him as well. If they get rid of Alma, yeah. Also, shout out Hassam. Congratulations, brother. I'm so proud of you. Well done. Yeah. Obviously, Hassam, I think, was the first ever channel I pre'd on that wasn't my own. I remember Cash shouting me out for that one. So I appreciate Hassam. I've been on his channel for a long time now. Been a couple years. Obviously, took a couple breaks in between, and obviously A-listers, which played a part in terms of my growth as well. So I appreciate Hassam as well. Ali says, Griggs, do you think Ederson is a baller from Atalanta? I think Ederson's a good player from Atalanta. I know a couple people have kind of made him as a 6 or 8 and that kind of stuff. But yeah, man, he's a good player as well. Monetization soon, hopefully. Obviously, we're going to wait for the YouTube to stop being lazy and update the numbers. Griggs, you know that silly argument haters bring up with Euro and Madrid not valuing him enough is such cap because Alphonso Davies is worth easily 50 mil and Madrid trying to offer something. Yeah, obviously, I do have an article coming out on Madrid. It should be out next week for a site I write for. I talked about the Galacticos eras and the way Florentino Perez operates and the differences that he's done in the past 20 years in terms of his Galacticos eras. So it looks like Madrid have kind of learned from the high spending and just kind of using more of their pull and their aura in terms of that. So, yeah. Shout out Staffy for creating the thumbnail. I'll talk about Staffy in a little bit because he's probably going to get the longest speech out of everyone. Emirates Air says, congratulations, my guy Griggs. I like you. You're a good guy. I've interacted with you on Twitter too, trying to push the content more. I appreciate it, Emirates Era. Obviously, you're probably one of my biggest haters when it comes to the comments. So, yeah, there's that too, but I appreciate you. What was the best and worst game you watched as a United fan, Griggs? Honestly, I'm a little younger than mostly everyone on the content scene. I will admit that. I am only 23 years old. I know a lot of people, a lot more United fans that I do content with are a little bit older than me. They've watched more success than me. And in terms of what I've watched at United that I can really comprehend, I'd say one of the best ones would probably be the 12-13 season, the day that we clinched the title, our last ever title. Which was the 20th one under Van Persie. Just that Villa game and just that volley, that pass from Rooney to Van Persie for that game. That volley was absolutely beautiful, and just probably one of my last few happiest memories for United, other than obviously like Champions League. I remember as a kid, but I didn't really want. I don't remember. I don't have like a vivid stuff, but that game against Villa, I can remember it and stuff like that. So I really and then in terms of worst, I'm not gonna lie, the worst has to be Villarreal Europa League final, because I was on vacation. I was in Florida with my family and stuff like that, and I just remember watching that game. I remember the penalty shootout. I hate watching penalty shootouts. It's one of the worst feelings in the world. I've been on the wrong end of penalty shootouts multiple times in my life, and just scoring 11 pens and not winning a penalty shootout because your goalkeeper didn't want to save any one of them, and conceding to a goalkeeper as well. That was so embarrassing. I think it's that one, and I think I too mentioned the Burnley game. That 2-0 loss to Burnley, the game before we signed Bruno Fernandes, was one of the rock bottoms. I remember that. I remember my boys always teased me about it because we was on Discord together, and I just remember I was like, bro, it felt like a rock bottom. It felt like we were just cooked for the rest of our life. And then Bruno came in and helped save us temporarily until the other guys came back and stuff like that. And ever since then, United have been a little bit on the highs and lows. So there's that. That volley gave me euphoria. Yeah. Ederson or Ugarte. I'd probably say Ugarte for United. I think he's more of a natural. He can play the 6 a little bit better. Well, I think Ederson's a better footballer, personally. Big up Griggs. Congrats on 1K. Thank you. I'm the same age as you, Griggs. I hear you. It's different for younger fans. Yeah, it is a little bit harder, obviously, because sometimes people talk about players that I know about and I've watched, but I'd never watched them in the flesh. I didn't watch them when they were playing. Like Ryan Giggs, for example. I saw the end of Ryan Giggs' career, and he was still good, but I didn't watch peak Ryan Giggs. So when people talk about him as one of the greatest players they've seen for United, when I was younger, I would look at the stats and be like, really? And then once you watch him play, once you watch the full games, you understand, you appreciate the kind of player that he is. So yeah, Paul Scholes is another one. Yeah, it's that kind of stuff. Ruud van Nistelrooy, who we just signed as coach, right? I never watched Ruud van Nistelrooy at United. I was way too young for that. I wasn't even I didn't even know what a Manchester United was when Ruud van Nistelrooy played for United. But I watched the highlights. I watched the 4 games back. He was one of the best coaches ever. So yeah, there's a little bit of a disconnect there, but I tried to watch as much retro football during lockdown to kind of get used to it and stuff like that. Lorente from Athletic can play center mid and right back. Yeah, he's a Swiss Army knife, but I think he's a little bit on the decline now, personally. As a Liverpool fan, I would take Ederson in a heartbeat. He's a destroyer and has everything to his game. Yeah, he's a good player, man. I think he's a good player. Gasperini is a good education. So there's that. What college did I go to? I went to obviously, I live in New York. You guys know that already. You can tell from my accent. I have as big as a Queen's accent as anyone else. I went to a school upstate called SUNY Cortland. And if you're an OG on this channel, my first few videos were recorded from my my dorm room. So yeah, I'm looking forward to you getting over 10K subs. I appreciate you, Vader. I never had you on the channel, Vader, and that's obviously not up to you. I just don't really ever have guests. But this season, I still want to do my solo streams and stuff like that. I do consider myself a solo streamer. I think that's when I'm at my best. But I will like to get a couple more guests on the channel this season. Try to pick a couple people's ideas and stuff like that. Get opposing viewpoints, because at the end of the day, I also do love debating. So to debate, you not only need a chat, but you also need an opposition guest. So Vader, when it comes to City guests, I don't know many City fans. I know about 4 of them, and Vader is definitely one of the 4. So I also think Vader's a good debater because me and him have opposing viewpoints. So I think that make a much better of a debate as well. So yeah, shout out Vader as well. Make sure you subscribe to Vader as well, Vader Games TV. So I appreciate you, my boy. Who do you think is the most disrespected player from our so-called banter era? I think Paul Pogba is definitely one of them, in my opinion. I think just of the talent that he had and the disrespect he got from United fans. I think that's definitely one, in my opinion. I'm trying to think of someone else. Sometimes even David De Gea, because even sometimes I'm a victim of that, where I disrespect him a little bit too. Because at the end of the day, he still did a lot for the club. So yeah, I think Martial a little bit as well. The talent that he had. Sometimes even Marcus Rashford, in my opinion. And yeah, I think kind of those people. So yeah. Hold up. Okay. Only thing I know about NYC is in the Heights. So like, well, Washington Heights, Jackson Heights. You sound like you're from Queens or Italian. I'm not Italian. I'm pretty close to. I am Greek, but I have lost my complete Greek accent. It only sounds Greek a little bit when I speak Greek, but yeah, my accent is from Queens. So yeah, people upstate always found that weird because I sound like such a New Yorker. Griggs, what made you support Man United? So obviously, I don't know if people know this. I think I've said it a few times, but when people call me a Yank, I always go to this defense. I was born in Greece, so my introduction to football was pretty much like most Europeans. It's the first sport you watch when you're from Europe. It's always on the TV. And my introduction to football was Greek football. It was Olympiacos, was like Athens, was Panathinaikos. I have the little memory of my dad lifting me up in his shoulders when we won the cup, like I'm Simba. So yeah, Olympiacos was my first ever love when it came to football. I went against my whole family. But when it comes to United, it was when I moved to the States. And one of the first games I remember watching was AC Milan versus United on TV, Champions League semifinal, the one that we lost. And I just remember watching that home game. I remember watching Wayne Rooney. I remember watching Cristiano Ronaldo. And I just watched them play. The intensity they played, the pace that they played at, it looks so incredible to watch. So I'm like, and also red was my favorite color. So from then on, I just fell in love, and I just started watching them more and more and more because the Premier League was on a lot. It was one of the few leagues I was on. It was just really Prem and Serie A that was on TV. So yeah, also Milan. That's why Milan's my second club because of Serie A, the red, the black. Kaká was one of my favorite players ever. So yeah, I'd say Rooney, Ronaldo, and I just kept watching, and I signed a 365 deal with the devil, man, because I'd never expected United to be this bad, but it is what it is. It's not something I'm like this used to. You rate Cardioglu, Greg. Big up Mustafa as well. I do rate Cardioglu. I said it multiple times in terms of he'd probably be one or two on my fullbacks list in terms of signing. So yeah. Also shout out Mediterranean brother as well. Bro, I came into the channel because the ball knowledge is on point. I appreciate that. Vader says you went to SUNY. I went to obviously I've always liked Syracuse because it's been one of the because I've always loved sports, and Syracuse are probably the best college when it comes to sports in the New York State. And Melo went there. He's one of my favorite basketball players. I remember reading up on Melo's Syracuse title run, and obviously it was private school, so I didn't go there because a little bit on the expensive side. But yeah, it's definitely a good school, and for my major, it would have been even perfect to go to. Griggs versus Ahmed on my Kenna versus De Zerbi killed me. I still won that debate no matter what because I made the most points. Need a mix of Zubamendu and Garte. That would be perfect. Pogba, Rashford, and the hell. Your two dream realistic signings for the summer. Well, we had one in Lenny Yoro. I'd say Nico Williams, as long as he's available. And I'd say Zubamendi. Now that I know we're linked with him, I have the dream. So I'd say Zubamendi and Nico Williams. A little bit of Spanish flair. It's crazy how we started Ibra, Mata, Cavani. Yeah, bro, it's crazy. I knew you. Best friend, y'all. After MSN, right? That's the best front three I've ever seen. Rooney, Ronaldo, Tevez is the greatest front three I've ever seen. After that, it had the perfect balance. It had everything, bro. It's absolutely spectacular. Shout out Jacob, United States of America. Big up, congrats, 1K. Thank you, Avish. Yeah, shout out to Jacob as well, United States of America. Jacob, I've met Jacob. I've known Jacob longer than most content creators, actually, when I'm never a foul. So shout out Jacob. Make sure you subscribe to him. I don't know exactly how many subs Jacob's on, but I know whatever his next goal is, he's gonna hit it because Jacob is the best Spurs content creator out there. So for any Spurs fans, you must sub to him because if you're not, what are you doing, right? So yeah, I became a Bull fans off that Derrick Rose 2012 season, the worst mistake I ever made. And the Bulls fans clip. Griggs manifested that Euro signing. Not gonna lie, bro. Me and CK, obviously, y'all know CK, right? Stay up footy. We talked about Euro a lot in our chat. Always said, bro, because we watched a lot of football, and we're like, bro, if we can get this guy, bro, it'd be an insane signing. And I remember we really first got linked with Lenny Yoro in January because I remember I was waiting for United sets and I kept tapping the links. But once I saw PSG and Madrid, I was like, yeah, it might get peak, right? Because most French talents either stay in France and go to PSG or they go to Madrid for the next step. So I never really thought of much. I always thought Brantford was the number one target. We'll go get him. But the more and more, and then once the summer started and we put the bid in, and once the bid got accepted, I had to get faith in because once the bid gets accepted, as a club, if you put in a bid for a player, you want to get them. You have an instinct feeling that you can convince them to come. You have that kind of semblance of hope. That's what ended up happening with United. So yeah, Bill, Benz, and CR7 was crazy. It was, but I think for me, Rooney, Ronaldo, Tevez was better than Bale, Benzema, and CR7 because in terms of balance and in terms of output from all three, I think CR7, Bale, and Benz, I don't think the other two contributed enough to help CR7 as much as a Rooney or Tevez did. So I would rather take Ronaldo, Rooney, Tevez personally. Griggs, do you think Andy Cole is the most underappreciated Man United player ever? Obviously, Andy Cole was way before my time, but when I seen his stats and he scored no penalties and he had all those goals, absolutely one of the most underappreciated players. I think the guy was a bad man. Won a treble, was a key contributor on that treble. So, yeah, man. Next goal is 5K, like that. I'm saying the next goal is 2K because getting another 1,000 will be special. But after that, I think once I get the 2K, I'll feel more solid in myself to think about in terms of for 5K. I think if I can convince other people to get another 1,000, if I can convince another 1,000 people to sub to me, would be absolutely special because 1,000 people is a lot of people. I'm not gonna lie. So, yeah. 211 Derek Gold. Yeah, honestly, greatest thing I've ever seen. Big up Griggs though. Appreciate the love. You'll be passing me soon, bro. We'll see, man. We'll see. That'll be a tough task. Would Onana work with Kobe? It would have, but unfortunately, Aston Villa got to him, so it is what it is. What else can we do about that? So, but yeah, I wish him the best. Obviously, he's at Villa, which is a top 4 rival for now. So that did hurt a little bit. And to see that we ended up putting a bid, but it was too late, also hurt a little bit, but not as much as it hurt CK. CK, that was his 9-11, bro. It was peak. I see Everton and Villa beefing up. I understand why Villa fans beef us. That's calm, bro. They're top 14. They were finishing Champions League above us next year. They have a great project going on. That's calm. Say less, bro. But Everton fans, nah, that ain't it, Chief. That ain't it. What do you think of Onana? I think we should upgrade on him. I like Mike Mainan better. He would be a lead for us. I would love Mike Mainan, but he's also an injury-prone goalkeeper. So I don't know about that. But he's a great goalkeeper, though. I think we are building something great. So do I, honestly. I do think about that. And obviously, I'll talk about that more as the season goes and we see more games from United and if we should believe that or not. Because I think if United start the season well, bro, I think we're in for something special. I think the one thing this team needs is confidence. And if they get that confidence early on in the season, I'm not going to say we're going to win a league or anything and stuff like that, but I think people underestimate us a little bit. Which promoted team in 24-25 Premier League season are you looking forward to watch? I think I'd be a fraud if I said any other team than Ipswich, right? Because I was the biggest backer of Kieran McKenna. So I have to say Kieran McKenna's mighty Ipswich. I am excited to watch Ipswich, though. I think Kieran McKenna is a great coach, and I think he's going to prove that to the world this season. And if Kieran McKenna cooks, and if Kieran McKenna stays up with Ipswich Town, I promise you, I am running laps on every single person on this platform that doubted me about Kieran McKenna, because I was the one riding out for Kieran McKenna. So don't let him cook, because I hold grudges, and I remember the people that are against me. So yeah, man. Who do you prefer, Ugarte or Zubamendi? Zubamendi all day. He's a better 6. He's a better footballer. When it comes to that, that's all I rate. I genuinely believe Arsenal will have a slow-ish start to the season, not in terms of result, but performance. Yeah, that could happen. That is possible, but I think you have a good enough squad to kind of ride that kind of negative wave a little bit. You reckon McKenna can stay up? I do think he can stay up, personally. I think he's a good enough coach. I think Ipswich have a good enough system, a couple good signings. I think he needs a few more signings. Go to the championship and go get a couple more good players from there. And the cook, it sucked that they didn't get Felengi. He went to Villa. But they got Jacob Greaves, who's a good center back. I really like him. Twanzebi's good. They kept Omar Hutchinson permanent. If they can keep a Sarmiento as well, that'd be great. So, yeah. Would you take Oblak? No. I think he's a little bit washed out. Mike Miner is amazing, but too. Yep. Don't do that. Don't disrespect us, please. Thank you. Griggs, imagine Rude becomes a manager. I think he could take us far. He has an aura. I do think, what's it called? Wood will be the next manager of Manchester United, unless Ten Hag sees the full season, and then maybe we'll go get an Nagelsmann. I know I heard about Tuchel, but I just think Rude. I like Rude. I watched him at PSV. I think he did a good job, but it is a different step up. It's a harder step up, so we'll see what he does. But shout out Rude, man. I'm excited for what he could do. McKenna is better than Maresca. Absolutely, he's better than Maresca. Maresca high, bro. McKenna is a great coach. I would have taken. Oh, Machiavelli speaking my language, brother. I love Onana. We just underuse his qualities, bro. Yesterday, Onana made some good passes. I'm not gonna lie. He was aiming for the second phase a lot more, and I'm really excited for that. And also the fact that he's gonna have 2 center backs in front of him that are great on the ball. The confidence in Onana will only go up. So, and hopefully United limit the amount of shots they can see too. That'd be nice. If Ten Hag gets sacked in December, who's your replacement? Obviously, Rude's the easy in-house choice. I would go back to Nagelsmann and try to tempt him. I'm not gonna lie. As long as Nagelsmann is managing Germany and not a club, I would go try to get him. Kieran McKenna, I don't think we'll leave Ipswich. I think that's the end of the season. Kind of managerial hire. I don't want McKenna to join mid-season. I do like a Rude interim and stuff like that. I think Thomas Tuchel would also be an option. So something like those people, I'd say. No offense if I see a 10 off. Yeah, I see it too, man. It is possible. Rank Ibrahimov, Lacey, Cheeto in terms of talent. I'd go Lacey, Ibrahimov, Cheeto. I watched more of the United guys than Cheeto. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, sure. I am trying, Phineas. I am trying, but I will tell you guys this from now to give you in preparation. The end of August, like from the 19th of August till about September 8th, I will probably not be able to stream. because I will be doing double jobs. I'll be doing the U.S. Open during the day, and my days off, I'll be working the whole day to help my aunt. And then my other job, I'll be doing the other day. So I will be unavailable for 3 weeks because I will not be home. The only time I'll be home is to sleep. That's about it. So I am warning you guys from now in terms of that. But every other time, other than those 3 weeks, though, I will try to be streaming every day. I promise you. I think Ipswich will make. They're not going to make top 10. If McKenna gets top 10 with Ipswich, he's the greatest coach of all time. It's ridiculous. We need to go all out for Europa. They'll want to knock us at Chelsea. Yeah, he'll definitely be. I think any director of football would want Nagelsmann at their club. Back-to-back promotion with the League One level team is a great achievement. Absolutely. Marco Mabruk Grigze wrote to 1 mil. If I ever get 1 mil, I don't know what I would do. If I even get 10K, that'll be crazy. So I'm not gonna lie. So 1 million, I don't think I'll ever be big enough for that. But yeah, that would be insane. As shameless as it sounds, that Ahmad Goal is a top 5 United fan moment, bro. In recent times, absolutely. The test of having a proper system over player quality will show this season with Ipswich. Absolutely. How good do you think Flick will be at Barcelona? I think Flick's a good enough coach for Barcelona to definitely finish second in the league. I don't think any team will finish above them. I do think Madrid are better in every single possible way. But Hansi Flick did good in Champions League. And I think if they get Nico Williams, Nico and Lamine Yamal, that kind of attacking quality, the midfield quality they have as well, I think they'll be fine, bro. USA Open. US Open as in tennis. I will be working the USA Open. USA Open. US Open, not USA Open. The US Open with my aunt. She needs my help and stuff when it comes to stuff like that. So yeah. Rude is a club coach, no offense. My 3 picks would be RDZ, Nagelsmann, and McKenna. I don't want the Zerbe United. You guys know my thoughts on that. So yeah. Favorite World Cup game you ever watched? All right. Greece is Ivory Coast when we qualified past the group stages. But I have to say my favorite World Cup game has to be the final last year, 2022. That is by far the greatest football game I've ever watched, let alone World Cup game. That for me was the peak of football. I think part of the reason why I was like unwilling to do content outside that game was because like I felt like I couldn't watch football the same after that game because I had absolutely everything. So yeah, man, it was absolutely special. I'm about to send us to the moon. We pray, brother. We pray. Griggs, would you rather have an insane defense like airtight defense but have a mediocre attack, or vice versa? I'd go attack. Because at the end of the day, goals wins you games, and I don't think you can win much. I don't think you can win much with an airtight defense and a mediocre attack at the end of the day. So yeah. Hopefully, Greece can qualify for the 20. If the Greece don't qualify for the 2026 World Cup, I'm breaking heads. I'm not gonna lie. I'll be so pissed off. Who do you? Because obviously, one of my dreams is to cover the 2026 World Cup, whether it's through my writing, whether it's through this platform as well, whether it's through future platforms that go on, like podcasting and stuff like that. Obviously, I have my goals when it comes to that, right? In terms of starting a podcast. You guys see the people I stream with every single day. The 4 of us are all in close proximation with one another. So theoretically, we should start in IRL podcasts. And I think we have the vibes enough. And when I look at other podcasts that I see on YouTube that I see them do, I think we have the potential to match those people, to match those guys. So that's definitely something. And yeah, so I have goals to cover the 2026 World Cup, and I would love my nation to be in it because I'd love to interview them and stuff like that, do content with them. So that would be an absolute dream of mine. Who do you want to win the US Open? Easy. Carlito Alcaraz. That's my favorite player in the world. Definitely not Deserve hype. We just need Champions League and we take over. Talk soon. I go for defense. I'm a 1-0 man. 1-0 to the. To be fair, I am also a defense first man. But in terms of my club, I think, yeah. Is R9 pre-injury better than Lionel Messi? I can't say that because I didn't watch R9. So I watched the documentary and I know how good he was, but I'm not the right person to ask to answer that. I'm not going to lie. I was way too young. So in my opinion, Lionel Messi is the greatest player I've ever seen. Just ridiculous. So, but I do hear people that were alive in the 90s that watched R9 and said that he was the greatest ever they've ever seen. So, but I also have my grandpa tell me that Maradona is the greatest that he's ever seen, right? So, yeah, it's crazy. More likely to win with the airtight defense. Yeah, that's what it is. Obviously, if it comes to like tournament football, I will take the great defense and the mediocre attack. But for like league season, I think you need that kind of stuff. Rank who you no longer to Staffy, Omar, CK. So technically, I've met Staffy first, but in terms of who I'm no longer and I talked to first was Omar. I had a proper conversation with Omar first out of the three. CK was last. I knew about CK before the rest of them though, because I followed CK on Twitter and State of Footy. So there's that. But yeah, and I might as well talk about those three because those three are my brothers in this YouTube scene. They are my biggest supporters outside of my family, but even sometimes even more than my family. So I'll talk about each and every one of them. Obviously, Staffy is my right hand man when it comes to this, whether it be me going on his channel or whether him helping me with my channel. So he is my right hand man. That's why we call each other our vice presidents for the channels. So yeah, I owe him a lot. So I always appreciate him. Like I said, he's probably my biggest supporter. So we've gone together on the scene. Obviously, he had a much faster growth than me, which he absolutely deserves, by the way, because he was much more committed. He's a much harder worker than me, and he's more stubborn than me when it comes to that. Staffy's the type of guy when he sets a goal to something, he makes sure he achieves it. And while I was the type of guy that kind of got a little bit demotivated at times, I'm not gonna lie, because I had some personal stuff as well. So in terms of that, so shout out Staffy. He's the hardest worker I know. So he deserves every single accomplishment he gets in this life, whether it be personal or whether it be on the YouTube scene. Omar, that's big bro for me. He's someone like when I imagine if I had a big brother, it kind of be like Omar. The vibes, you could joke around with him, but you can also be serious with him. So he's helped me a lot in terms of personal life and the shit. He motivated me and stuff like that. So I appreciate him as well. And then CK is my guy as well. Obviously, CK is another one of my biggest supporters, similar to Omar. And CK is a little bit different than the other two in terms of me and CK probably watch more football, and we're a little bit more nerdy than the other two when it comes to football. So there's that. So we have more tactical talks than them, and also we watch more American sports like NBA, NFL, tennis, that kind of stuff. So it's that kind of stuff. But like I said, those three are my brothers for life now. I always say in life, you probably get 5 to 6 best friends. I have my 3 in terms of before YouTube that I met in high school and college and stuff like that. And then I have these 3 that I met on YouTube. So you get lucky in life when it comes to that. R9 comps are better than Messi. I do agree with that. What are your thoughts on the back 5 next season? Onana, Shaw, hopefully Licha, Euro, Dalo. That'd be my top 5. Been getting into the baseball recently. Don't want to support any obvious coastal teams. So which teams have a good core? I think Baltimore Orioles, Kansas City Royals. I'd probably say in terms of baseball. I am a Mets fan though, unfortunately. Big up, my boy Michael. Michael talks football. Congrats, bro. Michael's another one I did one of the few I did content with early on as well. Michael, bro. When it comes to Michael, I think there's very few people on this platform that know more football than him, that watch more football than him. And they're able to articulate it as well on YouTube because it's easy to watch a lot of football, right? But it's a lot harder to discuss what you actually watch and convey it on a platform and get people to actually buy into what you're saying. And Michael is absolutely one of the best at that. I've done a video on his channel. He's done a couple videos on my channel, and I'm sure both of us think of this to do more collabs with each other. We share the same name. We have good chemistry with each other. So yeah, shout out Michael, man. Obviously, we just how Staffy's doing that kind of stuff. So there's a few people that I would defer to when it comes to football and talks because I think I know a lot, but he's definitely one of them I would defer to because the guy watches a lot more than me. So also wish you the best when it comes to Finland, bro. Finland, Greece 2026 World Cup. We will be there, bro. How did I meet Saeed? So obviously I know Saeed in terms of on YouTube that who he is because he's one of the biggest United content creators, like I mentioned with Rants, the United and stuff like that. But I technically met Saeed first, probably I'd say through Faz. Faz kind of talked to me about who Saeed is and stuff like that. He kind of threw my name into the ring, as well as Grizz, the Liverpool fan from the Big Six. So you guys know who Grizz Khan is. I did a lot of content on Grizz Khan's channel when it was Ten Hawk's first season. So yeah, it was he saw me through there. Then he followed me on Twitter. He DM'd me to go on his show, and I went to as many as I could that I could make. And obviously, he put up to the U.S. He put up to New York specifically. I'm one of the few people that he knew in New York in terms of who he did content with. So we met up in the city. I met the whole Big Six. All great people. And then we met the second time at the bar and stuff like that. And then we just what's it called? He just invited me on more content in terms of his channel and stuff like that. And then obviously he saw that I did YouTube, and then he tried his best to support me. So Saeed is Safi also talked about it on his channel. Saeed is one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. This platform can get toxic at times. Let's all be real. Saeed is one of the nicest and most genuine people that you'll ever meet. Great guy in real life. Great guy on behind the studio, on studio as well when it comes to StreamYard and when we do content. Great guy. He supports you. If he fucks with you, he'll try his best to push you. Like he posted my channel on his community tab. He'll retweet my shit. He'll show love to my shit. So I absolutely appreciate Saeed a lot more than people think. What's your favorite tournament? Like Euros, Champions League, World Cup, FA Cup. World Cup is my favorite tournament. I love culture. I'm a history geek. I love culture. I love learning about different cultures and to see. And I'm also, when it comes to the World Cup, to see the smaller nations, like when they cook. Because my best friend is Croatian. And 2018, I went on the run with him, like the Croatian run. I was with him like the whole time. I was backing him. So it's that kind of special feeling. I'd say World Cup first. I'd say Euro second because my country won it. So I'll have that kind of stuff. And it's given me my favorite international footballing memories. Third, I'll go Champions League. You were United. When Greek teams are in Olympiacos, I remember Olympiacos beating United 2-0 at the Karaiskaki. That kind of stuff. So yeah, I say those are my top three. Do you rate Ferland Mendy outside his injuries? I hear Madrid. I thought Ferland Mendy was a top fullback when he broke through at Lyon and when he moved to Madrid. He had a little bit of a decline. I'm not gonna lie, but last season I thought he was really good for Madrid. So yeah, is Shaw backup for Licha or Shaw is absolutely still our best left back. Until we get a left back, I want Luke Shaw starting a left back. Staffy gets a lot of unnecessary hate on YouTube chats. I hope he understands. Yeah, obviously, at the end of the day, most of us know when people are trolling and stuff like that, but there are a few that do kind of take it personal. And at the end of the day, when someone says fucked up shit about you, you're going to feel affected by it. And Staffy's just the type of guy that sometimes it affects him a little bit deeper. It's just how it is. And I'm sometimes the same way. Sometimes I can't ignore comments. Sometimes I can. It's wrong when they do it, and Staffy gets a lot more hate than he absolutely deserves. I agree with you. I saw you through America Talks. A lot of people probably see me through there, but the first show I was on Saeed's was debate show though. That was the first show Saeed ever invited me on. Is there any sport you're actually good at? I'm good at volleyball. I'm good at swimming. I'm good at ping pong. I'm actually really good at table tennis. So yeah, but swimming and volleyball are my best sports. I played volleyball in high school, and then in terms of swimming, I've been in the water since I was 1 year old. My parents threw me in the water when we were in Greece because you're in Greece. You go to the beach every day in the summer, and I love swimming. And I'm not talking about pool swimming. I'm talking about beach swimming. That's why when we made fun of Will, bro. I can't go to a different country and not go to a beach. Like I can't do that. It won't happen. I have to go to the beach. It's my relaxation. It's where kind of my nerves go down. I can just relax and like everything I'm thinking about, my mentals, it just goes away when I'm on the beach, when I'm swimming. It's the best stress reliever ever. And even in the pool, when I go to the pool, my dad's crib, it's like that too. So yeah. Have you met TJ? I have not met TJ IRL. He lives in the Midwest. I do not go to the Midwest. Top 3 favorite United moments. I'm not gonna lie. I think number 1, for me, is CR7 returning to United. Because that brought me back to my childhood, and those kind of moments that bring you back to your childhood, you'll never forget. And just that 48-hour spin where he was about to go to Man City, but then he ended up. I was like snake. I wanted to burn my jersey that I have. I literally have a Ronaldo jersey in my closet, which is signed by Michael Carrick. And then he ended up joining. I woke up the next morning to see him join United. I felt like an 8-year-old kid again. It's those kind of feelings that you can never forget. And obviously, the second spot, the club didn't go well, but just him being at United was, and seeing him return, seeing my childhood footballing hero return to the club I love most was a special feeling. And I'll never take it back. Even though what ended up happening, I'll never forget that moment. So, and seeing him do the Sui, the first goal that he scored, you can't quantify type shit like that, bro. For Lex, thank you. Big up Griggs, big up Abdul. Are you good at any sport other than football? I'm actually not that good at football. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and be a liar. I'm not the greatest at football. I'm not athletically gifted and stuff like that. And also, I stopped playing football for a minute when I came to America because I wanted to play American sports, basketball, baseball, American football. I'm a decent wide receiver. I can spin the ball a little bit. So yeah, I'm not gonna say I'm the greatest at football, but I'm okay at it. But I'd definitely say volleyball and swimming are my best sports. I love how shameless Said is about our club. Yeah, bro. Said's a great character, man. The fact that he can like smile through the pain and shit like that when it comes to that, make the best out of nothing. That's a special trait to have. Just got recommended your channel. Thank you, my bro. Positionism versus relationism. Which one do you prefer? That's a great question. I'd say relationism on the football pitch. I love the Brazilian way. I love the Ancelotti way, the Fergie way. I have a huge amount of respect for positional play. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's the most successful way in football. But the most entertaining for me is relationism. There's nothing better than seeing like two players, just the combinations, the beauty in it. It's laissez-faire ball, as some people call it. For me, it's beautiful. I'm actually a huge tennis fan. I've always said this: a high-level tennis game is one of the greatest things you can watch in sports. The Federer versus Nadal versus Djokovic, Alcaraz versus Djokovic. It's beautiful to watch. So I love tennis. It's a great sport to watch. I absolutely love it. I actually need to watch it more. I'm not gonna lie. Well, do you go gym or play football for like 5-a-side? I don't really do gym. I do more like calisthenics and stuff like that, kind of like home workouts. I don't really like lifting weights. I should though. It's healthier and stuff like that. So yeah, but I don't really play football 5-a-side. I'm not gonna lie. It's just I don't really have many people to play with. Like for example, Omar lives like an hour and a half away from me. I'm not gonna go an hour and a half out of my way to go play footy. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah. Ronaldo versus Portsmouth or Rooney versus Bicycle? I'd say Rooney Bicycle because I remember it much better. I also think it's a better goal. Ronaldo's a go over Pesci. I had that thought process for a long time, but eventually I had to give it up. I do live with my mom, which it's New York's way too expensive to live by myself. So there's that as well. Ahmad go versus Liverpool. That's definitely one of my favorite goals recently. Hey Rajat. Griggs, big up. Anyway, my question is prime Barca or prime Madrid and why? I think prime Barca was more dominant. I'm not going to disagree there, but to watch forever, I will forever say prime Madrid. That CR7, Mesut Ozil, Di Maria, Benzema team in 2011, 2012 under Jose Mourinho is my favorite football club to watch outside of United. In terms of individual seasons, it was the counterattacking was, bro, it was a special feeling. So absolutely, that's my favorite shit to watch. Tap ball fraud. I want one touch football United again. So do I, man. So do I. Top 3 favorite wrestlers. Obviously, you guys know I'm a WWE fan. You probably saw on Staffies when we did the Royal Rumble watch along. My top 3 favorite wrestlers. John Cena is my number 1. I was a huge John Cena fanboy as a kid. So when I heard that he was retiring a couple weeks ago, I damn near well shut out a grown man's here, bro. That's my guy. Number 2, I say Shawn Michaels. I think he's the greatest wrestler I've ever seen. And number 3, I'd say CM Punk. Special, bro. CM Punk was special. It's better to live with your parents. Yeah, it is. Top 3 best rivalries nowadays. Is this wrestling or football? If it's wrestling, obviously like Cody Rhodes versus the Bloodline. Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk for sure. And I'd say I like the Logan Paul. When you talk about footy, thank God, bro. We talking about footy. Boca versus River Plate is the best rivalry in football. I will forever say that. That's one of my dreams to go to the Bombonera. I'd say Barca Madrid, El Clasico is on the rise again, thankfully. Old Firm, Rangers, Celtic. And Mm, probably from another league or some shit like that. Yeah, that's a good shout. Fenerbahce Galatasaray. They just finished 1 point with each other in the Turkish league, so that's a good shout. Michael, that's a crazy top three. I'm not gonna lie, I fuck with this top three. That's a great top three. I also can't curse now because I can get money away taken from my video, so I gotta remember that as well. No more PG, no more rated R streams, guys. Many Man United fans prefer Madrid. Well, Ronaldo went to Madrid, so a lot of United fans that started watching that because Ronaldo also kind of followed him to Madrid and kept a close eye on him there. Then Barca beat us in 2 Champions League finals, so that kind of grew a little bit this testament there. And Barca the way that Barca played football is the opposite of what United. Real Madrid also always played the kind of football that United played, that quick counterattack, one-touch play. So, yeah. How was it watching United growing up in the States, like the time difference? A lot of early waking up. I'm not gonna lie. Nacho bicycle kick versus Ronaldo bicycle kick. Ronaldo's Champions League nights. Mesut Ozil. I've always said Mesut Ozil is a top 2 number 10 I've ever seen in my life. Special. Kaká versus Dino. I love Kaká more, but Ronaldinho is a better footballer. Ozil or KDB. Again, I love Ozil more my kind of footballer, but KDB has had a better career, I'd probably say. I literally gave you a great speech, by the way. I gave you a fantastic speech. WWE sucks because you know what market. First, how much sports do you watch? What sports? I don't know. I watch footy, NBA, NFL, MLB when it comes to playoff time, tennis, F1. I don't got any more. And I actually started watching ice hockey a little bit. Congrats, Griggs. Thank you. You deserve it. Thank you. I appreciate it. Neymar. Neymar. Easy. Neymar's my top 3 favorite footballers I've ever seen. Who do you prefer winning the title, Arsenal or Liverpool? Arsenal. I hate Liverpool with a passion. Gerrard versus Lampard. Gerrard. I think Gerrard was better. Paul Scholes is better than both of them. They can hold that. RVP or Rude? Van Persie. I watched them, so I also think Van Persie was a better player. Even after I watched both of them, I think Van Persie at his peak is one of the most complete strikers of the 2000s. Ridiculous. I love WWE until I found out they were scripted. I hear that, but I'm not gonna lie. WWE stands for World Wrestling Entertainment, so entertainment is scripted. Like a movie's entertainment, but it's scripted. So, yeah, man. Imagine if Cheeto becomes our RVP again. That would be crazy to think about. I'm not gonna lie. Hold up. Let me check my Twitter real quick because I probably have a lot of congratulations messages. I do, which I have to respond to. Eventually, I'll do that later. Go on, man. That's fair. Bro, Van Persie's special. Van Persie is special, bro. I think for me, I'm sad United only got 1 season of him because I think Van Persie and Rooney both had their peaks 3-4 years. I think United would have forfeited the Prem. I'm not gonna lie, bro. That's one of the best striker partnerships you could get. Do you like the new United kit? I like the side. I like the red on the top. I don't like the shit on the side. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little bit annoying. So yeah, it's a decent kit. Rivals fans don't rate Scholes because he doesn't bomb for it. Paul Scholes is my favorite kind of midfielder. I think him and Cesc Fabregas are my two favorite Premier League midfielders of all time. They're very similar. Their career path was very similar. Bro, it's Paul Scholes. Paul Scholes is stupid good, bro. Like, if you don't rate Paul Scholes, I don't rate you in terms of your football opinion. I'm not even joking. I generally don't. Like, even Hamza, who's the biggest troll of all time, admits that Paul Scholes is a top 2 Premier League midfielder of all time. Like, even Hamza, who's the biggest troll. So, yeah, man. Bro, I can't watch Liverpool win another league, bro. Who's your favorite to win Ballon d'Or this season? It's low key. It's low key Rodri. I think Rodri has been the best player in the world the past 12 months. But they could. It'll be Vinny though. It'll be Vinny. Scholes, clear. Kevin De Bruyne. Yeah. You know what's crazy, Staffy? The biggest Twitter space merchant rates Scholes. That's the funny thing. But the rest of them don't. It's crazy. But the biggest Twitter space merchant of them all. Rodri. We'll probably do another 10 minutes of this. I know Saeed's live right now, so I know most people probably gonna watch Saeed now. But probably another 10 minutes. We should have replaced Scholes with Cruz. We miss out. We almost did, man. I forgot which. I think Van Hall ruined it. The absolute criminal that he is. From the YouTubers you worked with, who had the worst take of football? It's been a lot of bad takes, you know. It's probably something. I'm not gonna lie. It was probably something on A-listers. I'm not gonna lie. Probably something on there. Something Hamza said. Something Yigal said. Oh, saying that Hale End is better than La Carrington. That is absolutely woeful. And also, probably speaking of Hendrick, probably some take that Will said as well. Another shit take. But yeah, Adidas has been doing this. I want Nike back, man. What's your take on Edric? Isn't he? I do think Edric's overrated. I think he'll be a good player, but the Bebe Pele stuff, bro, it feels forced on me. I don't like shit when it's forced on me when it comes to football. Like Lamine Yamal is organic. We saw him in preseason. He looked amazing against Spurs. 3 months later, Barcelona needed him in the lineup. He came through and he's been the best. He's been one of the best wingers since then. That's what I like to see. That's organic for me. So, yeah. Boys wanted Cruz. We were close. Rank Xavi, Iniesta, Modric, Cruz. Rank them. Modric, Iniesta, Xavi, Cruz. I'll go with that. I think sometimes I underrate Xavi. I watched a couple full games of him like the last year or so. The greatest tempo setter of all time. Is it a hot take? Is it a hot take to say, in terms of pure ability and X factor, Paul Pogba clear Scholes? Or am I bugging? I think Paul Pogba should have been better than Paul Scholes. Because Paul Pogba should have been a top 2 midfielder that ever lived. I'm not gonna lie, he had every single thing in his locker. Wrong career moves, that kind of stuff. But in terms of completeness and stuff like that, yes. But consistency, Paul Scholes had the consistency over Pogba. But Paul Pogba, you could say, was more talented. He had more in his locker. So, yeah. Of course, English fans don't rate Scholes highly. High enough. They love players who take long shots. So, Shaq and Sharon. Yeah. And the crazy thing is, Paul Scholes had just as good of a long shot as them did. So, that's a crazy thing. No, not Iniesta. I'm not going to. Bro, if someone says Iniesta better than Modric, I hear them, bro. It's 1A, 1B type shit. I've watched more Luka. I've watched Luka's whole career. Like I also said, my best friend is Croatian, so I have a little bit of a bias towards Luka as well. So, yeah. Scholes is better than Xavi. I don't think so, but fair. Yeah. Pogba would have cooked under Ineos, I reckon. Yeah, would have been. It's Pogba for me. It's him and Di Maria, the ones that got away. Because I look at Di Maria, I think Di Maria is one of the most underrated players of our generation. And I look at Paul Pogba as one of the most talented players of our generation in terms of midfielders. We fun with both of them. It is what it is, man. United don't deserve good shit sometimes. Don't you think Erik ten Hag is a good coach, but not good with the player selection? Imagine benching Ahmad. But that's part of being a good coach, to player selection, who you rate to be in your starting 11 and stuff like that, in my opinion. And I also think Ten Hag is a decent coach, but in terms of Premier League, I question about his defensive stability. In terms of when he wants to play as a high line, I question the rest defense. I hate Di Maria. He made me hate him. I hear that, but Di Maria is one of the best players I've ever seen, bro. Underrated as hell, bro. The best Robin in international football is Angel Di Maria. The best Robin. Di Maria was golden. He was unsettled. Yeah, bro. Well, Di Maria, I remember that Leicester game, bro. Di Maria was hooping. Special player, man. But yeah, we'll do about 5 more minutes. So guys, get your last questions in. Try to do like an hour. That's good. It's good. It's nice little light stream. We're not gonna do football bingo today. I'm sorry. Maybe we'll do it another day though. We will do a football bingo eventually. I promise you this. Di Maria was misused by Van Gaal. Yeah. I'll probably say the Pep's Barca is the best team I've ever seen. But my favorite team I've ever seen outside of the United, obviously, was Jose's Madrid, the 11-12 one. That's my favorite team, obviously. So yeah, but so that in terms of that, Januzaj or Garnacho? Ooh, Januzaj, better footballer. I missed the Pogba years because there was no debate. Bro, I miss Pogba so much, man. Bro, Pogba, Manu, and a natural 6. Bro, that could have cooked, bro. That could have cooked, bro. Ay, man. I'm crying in the club is about Paul Pogba. Have you been getting any social this stream? Let me check. I charge my phone too, bro. This shit's cooked. Let me check YouTube Studio. We're getting 7 subs. That's good. I find it funny, Premier League getting angry that we ruin players. What do you want United fans to do about it? Yeah, bro, it is what it is. We have ruined some players, I'm not going to lie. So, there's that as well. I also definitely forgot to put on sub-only chat for this stream. Yeah, man. Future's exciting. Ineos will take us back to the top. I feel it. We pray, bro. We absolutely pray that Ineos take us back to the top. Because y'all don't want to see a GrigsTalks when United are Premier League champions. Whoo, boy. Special streams. Special. But yeah. I don't think I have anything else to talk about. I guess I never, to wrap it up, I guess I never really talked about why I got into YouTube. I think Safi talked about it, like why he got into YouTube. I don't think anyone asked why I got into YouTube. So I'll just answer the unwritten question in a sense. Obviously, as I've said, I watch a lot of sports. And my dream is to become a sports journalist. I love writing as well. I was good at writing in high school. I love sports. And it's always been just combined the two, right? But then I also realized I started watching a lot. I started watching YouTube, right? So football content, YouTube, and stuff like that. I was always afraid of like going on camera and speaking. Like it was something maybe I thought I could do as I grew older, once I got into like my 30s and stuff like that. But then I started seeing a lot more people do it. I'm like, yo, why not, right? Start a podcast. Because initially I started a podcast on like Spotify, Apple, stuff like that with my best friends. But then I realized that can only grow so much. You need to always put a face to the voice. I don't have a super chat option because I'm not monetized yet technically because YouTube haven't updated the numbers. So hopefully by next week we'll have that. But yeah, so you always got to put a face to the voice, right? So I was like, let me actually start YouTube. And I had a couple guests on my channel, on my podcast that are YouTubers. So they kind of gave me some advice. The first biggest one obviously was, I'm sure you guys know him, was Liaz from SDS and Football Culture Movement. I think we did my third ever pod was with him. He's the biggest ever guest I ever had on my channel until another guy I had. And yeah, obviously Liaz is one of my inspirations when it comes to this because we had a similar background in terms of where we come from, in terms of America. We're both from footballing nations in terms of like obviously Algeria with him and his dad, me in Greece and stuff like that. So, and I did a video with him. He gave me some advice, and he's someone I look up to. Some people even say we speak the same. Omar said that. That was the first thing Omar ever said to me. You remind me of Elias. So yeah, he's definitely one of them. Obviously, if you guys know him, if you watch Rants, you probably saw him today. Ty, him and one of our other boys, Sarfo, was one of our first ever guests. Was my first ever guest on my channel, so he's definitely someone I looked up to in terms of that as well. And yeah, so I just wanted to talk, and then I kind of got a little bit more comfortable. But my issue was always the creativity aspect, right? Just coming up with video ideas, right? I never wanted to get repetitive. I don't want to talk about the same topic every single day. I always like to be a little bit original, talk about different shit. So there was that. And then just continue. Then I met more people like a Faz, like a Grizz, like a Saeed. Then I started doing more. And then I'm still not gonna lie, like I mentioned earlier, Staffy, Omar, CK, and stuff like that. And then solo streams. And now I think this has definitely been my favorite month of YouTube. Just the solo streams, the way I talk about it. It even got me thinking, similar to what Liaz does, is go on Twitch, maybe, because I think Twitch is a little bit easier for solo streams and stuff like that. We could do even more reactions. So let me know if you guys do want me to start up a Twitch channel. So yeah, he's definitely someone. And then I had a couple other guests that I've had from Twitter, like my guy Tosin. We did a World Cup preview together. He's definitely someone I looked up to as like a big boy in terms of the content scene, YouTube. Shirtless Plantain Show is their channel. So yeah. And now, like I said, it's only the beginning. So but yeah, that's why I kind of got into YouTube. I love writing about it, but I also love talking about sports because, bro, if you know me, for the people that know me in real life, if you ever ask them, when it comes to yapping, I love yapping about sports, bro. My cousins always used to call me Mr. ESPN because while they would watch SpongeBob SquarePants at 8 a.m. on Nickelodeon, I would have ESPN on to watch SportsCenter. It's that kind of stuff, right? So I've always loved sports, and I've always wanted to do something with sports. And I think for me, I love my writing, but I feel like this probably will bring me a better pathway and a bigger pathway in terms of the future. So yeah, I definitely have my inspirations. Yes, Culture Cam is another one. So yeah. Do you plan to come OT? I hope so. I want to next year. Like this upcoming season, I want to make the trip. Me and the guys have been talking about it. We'd love to do it. So it's just about getting the time and stuff like that because I do also have to make another trip next year to Greece for a cousin's wedding. So it's all about work and stuff like that. Do you think City will still be successful even when Pep leaves? I do think so. They'll not have the United post Fergie drop off, but they'll never be as dominant as they were with Pep because they'll never be another Pep. But they were winning with before Pep even joined. They have a top board. They have a board that wants to win and stuff like that. So yeah. Trust me, bro, you will go viral. Your football knowledge is much better than most others. I appreciate it, man. And yeah, we hit the hour mark, guys. That's pretty much it. Thank you for the 1K. I really do appreciate it. Now it's for the road to 2K. We'll see how long that takes. It's really pretty much up to me and how consistent I am at the end of the day. But I appreciate every single one of you that's in here. I appreciate every single 1,000 subscribe, each and every single of the 1,007 that have subscribed to me. And I also want to shout out to every single person that's come on my channel or my podcast, which is where it all started. So if they know, they know. So someone like I mentioned, Ty, Sarful, Lias, Tosin, who else? Staffy, Oski, CK, Hassam. If I've been on your channel as well, I've forgotten go from there. So Saeed, Rance, Jacob, Hassam, all those people. I'm sure I'm missing many more. Michael talks football as well. So yeah, I appreciate every single one of them. And yeah, well, I'll catch you guys tomorrow, Monday morning. So you're definitely gonna have news tomorrow morning for sure. There will be no doubt. So I'll see if I do a morning stream or afternoon stream, depending on whatever the best time is to go live. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later. I don't know what's live right now. I don't even know how to redirect, so I can't even do that. I don't think I can even redirect yet, but I know Saeed is live. Allah was live, so there's that. So for those of you that stayed in here, I appreciate it. I'll catch you guys next time. Once again, thank you. Now we go for 2K. Peace.